What's up guys, Apple released iOS 14.2 Developer Beta 1 just one day after the full release of iOS 14. Of course, as you can see, Apple skipped iOS 14.1, which is not very common, and we're going to talk about that in just a minute. So, of course, in this video, we're going to look at the new changes, the performance, battery life, and many of the bug fixes, as well as if some bugs were found or not. So why did Apple jump directly to iOS 14.2? So there are rumors that iOS 14.1 will be kept for the iPhone 12 due to its delay. So we know that the iPhone 12 will probably come during the October event as rumored. So iOS 14.1 could be released during that time. However, we might be wrong and they might release it just like that as they did with 14.2. So I think it has something to do with the iPhone 12, but we will have to wait and see about that one. So let's start with the update size. So the update came in at about 4.94 gigabytes, so almost 5 gigabytes on my iPhone 11 Pro Max, which is quite a massive update. So it's going to take quite a little bit of space. Now, if we head over into settings and we go into general and the about section, we can see that we're running 18B5052. H, and the H at the end means that there will definitely be a few more betas coming, so we can expect some other changes as part of 14.2. Now, if we head a little lower, we can see that the modem firmware was also updated, going from 2.00.01 all the way to 2.0.1.01. So if you experienced any connectivity issues with Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, with cellular or anything like that, then these might be fixed in this beta. Of course, with other betas, this might update even further, so that could fix even more of your connectivity issues, but this can definitely help. So what's new in 14.2? So many of the changes in 14.2 have a lot to do with music. So this update is mainly about the music app and everything there is to do with music. So the first thing is a new control center toggle, and that's sound recognition, or what it calls music recognition control, which is basically the Shazam control right here. Now, if you don't have it there, which is not going to be there by default, you can go to settings, you can go to the control center, and you will find it. Normally you'd find it here, but when you add it, it's just music recognition and it has the Shazam symbol. So in the control center, if you tap on it, it's going to actively listen what's happening in the background. Now, as you can see, this is a beta, so it's a little bit bugged out here on top. But when you press that, it's going to listen until it identifies a song. So even if you swipe out of it, you will see this little orange dot there. I'm not sure if you can see it, but that shows that the microphone is on and it is listening to the background to see what music is playing in the background. So once it identifies the song, it will give you a small notification and then it's going to turn off. However, it will be running in the background until it will identify a song, and I'm not sure if that's meant to be the way it is. It's kind of weird that it would be running all the time without actually stopping after a little bit. So that's something here, but it works and you can test that out. Another change in the control center is with the not playing right here. So if you would normally tap on it, it would not show you all the most recently played music. However, now it does, which is a nice little addition, as well as with the casting menu is a little bit changed. As you can see, this is a little bit different. And the controls generally are a little different, with the volume slider being bigger, with the play next or play before songs, those are a little different. So there are a little bit of changes here, and basically the whole thing has changed over here. So basically this whole menu is completely new, and it might also be able to show like TV shows or podcasts, because we see that this is a music icon. So this might not necessarily mean that it will be only for music. Now, as a part of this, also on the lock screen, when you're playing music, as you can see, the whole thing looks much different. We don't see the amount missing on the song, or we just see where the song is currently. Then, as you can see, the whole thing is just bigger and just feels to be a little different. And you see the music icon where that is coming from. So that's just a nice little change that I really enjoy, a little tweak to the music app. So these are all the changes that are here. Of course, many of them are with music. Nothing else really changed for now, but it's just a beta, and we'll have to wait for a few more betas to see all the other features coming in. Now, in terms of performance, performance feels great. I definitely have no issues here with performance. It just looks good. There's no lag. There's not many bugs actually. There's no stutter and nothing like that. It just seems to be much better than on 14.0, but of course it's a 0.2 update, so performance might be getting better already in these betas. But again, it's still too early to say if the performance has increased or decreased, but in terms of just day-to-day usage, it feels the same, and I've had the update for about a day now, and it feels actually good. Now, in terms of battery life generally feels good. Of course, I cannot talk about 14.2 beta 1 just yet because I have not been using it long enough, but generally, battery life has been good for me on the majority of iOS 14. There have not really been any issues. As you can see, I have been using my phone quite a lot recently, and especially testing out the new features and things like that. So battery life generally feels to be about the same as what I'm used to. There doesn't seem to be any big difference in battery life. However, of course, since this is a 0.2 update, there might be an increase in battery life, but that might come also with the other versions. But for now, as you can see, it just seems to be, the battery life seems to be quite good. For about 5 hours, it uses about 50-60% of battery, so that gives you about 10-12 hours, and it feels to be okay and just good for me in that sense. But then of course that will depend on your battery health, which for me is 99%. So it depends on a variety of factors, also what you do on your phone, etc. So for now, of course, I cannot talk about the battery life on beta 2 since I didn't use it long enough, but for now it feels to be smooth and okay. So what about the future releases, especially 14.1, which is now missing? I think we should be seeing it in October, but that is also unclear. We don't really know about the iPhones. We don't have any specific dates yet, but the iPhone 12 is probably not canceled, even though I've heard many people say it can be canceled. I don't think it will be canceled. It will just come sometime in October, and now by Apple not releasing 14.1, I think that just makes it clear. I would say that the iPhone would come with iOS 14.1, but then again, I don't think that the iPhone 12 will be the only device to be running 14.1, because it seems that there will be quite some nice additions to 14.1, but we will have to wait and see for that one. But in the meantime, there definitely might be a chance for the release of 14.0.1, which will be the next public release, which they're not going to do betas, but since it's already out, that is a very good possibility to be released in that sense. Well, what do you think? If you've installed iOS 14.2 beta 1, then let me know how it's been going for you in the comments down below. Well, if you enjoyed the video, then please leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay notified when I release my next video. Also, if you missed my previous video, then please do click the card shown up there. Okay, take care, and I'll see you in my next video.